Do you remember when we spoke a little bit about sadness and grief and the danger of being in that state? We said that the Prophet ﷺ even asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect him from distress and grief for so many reasons, because once you are in that mental state, you immediately tend to do something else to make you feel better. And in the case of porn addiction, unfortunately, porn addicts will resort to pornography. And that's what pornography leads you at the end. It takes you from one instant pleasure to sadness, shame, and guilt. And so I wanted to teach you in this episode a beautiful dua the Prophet ﷺ mentioned to his companions. He told them that whoever heard it must learn it. In other words, must memorize it and must recite it repeatedly, so that you do not fall into this category of being sad and grieved all the time. The Prophet ﷺ started this beautiful dua with an acknowledgement. He said, Allahumma inni abduk. Oh Allah, I am your slave. Wabnu abdik, and the son of your male slave. Wabnu amatik, and the son of your female slave. So I am a slave, my father is a slave, and my mother is a slave. Nasiyati biyadik. My forelock is in your hand. My destiny, all what I do is in your hand. Madin fiyya hukmuk. Your judgment upon me is going to happen anyway. Adlun fiyya qada'uk. Your judgment upon me is just. It's not only going to happen, but it is also just. I deserve what I do. Madin fiyya hukmuk. Adlun fiyya qada'uk. And then the Prophet ﷺ started making a plea, or also acknowledgement of who Allah is. I ask you by every name you have named yourself with. I ask you by every name you have named yourself with. أو أنزلته في كتابك, or you have revealed it in the Quran, in your book, or taught it to any of your slaves, or you have kept it hidden in the world of the unseen with you. Look, a beautiful introduction. The Prophet ﷺ didn't ask anything yet. All this is just an introduction of acknowledgement. Who am I compared to Allah, the creator of all? Then he concluded by asking Allah for something. Amazingly, the Prophet ﷺ called upon Allah, I ask you, أن تجعل القرآن ربيع قلبي. I ask you to make the Quran, your words, the spring of my life. Meaning that I ask you to make your words a true guidance for me. The words that will take me out of my difficulty, out of my stress, out of my sadness. أن تجعل القرآن ربيع قلبي ونور صدري, and the light of my chest. The further guidance that will lead me to that which is pleasing to you. وجلاء حزني, and the repeller of my sadness. وذهاب حزني, and the reliever of my heart. Subhanallah, beautiful dua. My brothers and sisters, your homework, your decision today is to print it out, find it on the internet. We will include it inshallah below this video. Memorize it and recite it repeatedly, because pornography leads to sadness. I don't want you to get into that state, because once you are there, you will keep repeating the activity again and again. So we need to seek the help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us a proper Muslims who will always stick to the teaching of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you believe that he is your beloved Prophet, right? Another thing, a key learning also in this dua is the Quran itself. You see, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling Allah to make the Quran the spring of his life. That doesn't mean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send the Quran, that book, into your heart to do something about your condition. The meaning is that if you don't read it, if you don't have that connection, close connection with the Quran every single day of your life, then you will never be guided. Then you will always end up doing that which is wrong. So my advice for you is to read the Quran every day. Some may ask, how many pages, how many juz should I read? Whatever you can bear. But do not sleep. Do not end any of your days without reading a portion from the Quran. Read, reflect, understand, and apply to the best of your ability. My brothers and sisters in Islam, those who haven't watched any of the previous episodes, all of them are to be found below this video. Kindly watch them, like them, share them with everyone so that you may gain the reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And don't forget, we'll see you tomorrow inshallah with another episode titled Educate Yourself.